Every Halloween, we dress up as monsters, ghosts, and demons. But in the shadows of trick-or-treat smiles and glowing jack-o'-lanterns, real fear waits, not in haunted houses, but in neighborhoods like yours, with families like yours and teens who never expected their night to become a nightmare. Tonight, we step into true stories of Halloween horror, not legends, not myths, real events, real victims, real terror. Darkness doesn't always arrive in disguise. Sometimes it looks just like a normal October night. If you're watching alone, maybe turn on a light. Our first story was a youthful thrill, a decoration. But then, in a single heartbeat, a prank became a family's worst nightmare. He wanted to scare his sister. A laugh, a gasp, and then silence. One prank turned fatal in seconds. This is the story of Jordan Morlan, a teenager who never woke up from a Halloween joke. It was September, just before Halloween, in Fern Creek, a neighborhood in Louisville, Kentucky. Jordan Michael Morlan was 16 years old. Friends and family remembered him as a prankster who loved Halloween, stringing up decorations, joking around, playing scares. On that day, Jordan decided to frighten his younger sister. A Halloween rope left as a decoration in the yard became part of the joke. Jordan put the noose over his head, intending to play a fake hanging. It was meant to be theatrical, a momentary shock to the child. But the rope tightened, and within seconds, the prank spiraled out of control. Paramedics were called. Jordan was rushed to University of Louisville Hospital, but he never regained consciousness. His sister found him and ran into the house, telling her mom that Jordan was hanging in the tree. His mother's exact words to his sister was, "He's probably playing a prank on you." Knowing that earlier that same day, he was pranking them on other things while putting up Halloween decorations, her daughter then informed her that Jordan was not moving. That's when she ran out and struggled to remove him from the tree. The family's grief was immediate, raw, and devastating. Local television reported investigators deemed the death accidental, and the community reeled from shock. The coroner said he became disoriented after slipping the noose around his neck, and that he passed out after it tightened. He was placed on life support at a local hospital and died 12 hours after the accident. Tragic accidents like this are not isolated. Year after year, Halloween-related injuries and fatal pranks remind us that mock danger has real risk. Authorities and safety advocates caution against imitation stunts, especially ones involving any form of suspension, bindings, or rough play that impairs breathing. Jordan loved the thrill of Halloween. He loved to play, to scare, to laugh. And in trying to create a moment of fright for his sister, he became the tragedy he hoped only to stage. On Halloween and every day, we must remember some acts have no return. Laughs should not cost lives. Tragedy doesn't discriminate. One moment laughter, costumes, candy, the next silence. Another Halloween night. Another life changed forever. Another family left with questions and grief that never fades. Let's continue. A Halloween hayride, a volunteer's bravado, and a noose. In seconds, a small prank at a country haunt became a public tragedy. This is the story of 14-year-old Caleb Rebh. He wanted to be scarier. He wanted to make the crowd scream. He never expected to frighten them with death. This is what happened to Caleb. October 2001, Sparta Township in Kent County, Michigan. Caleb Charles Rebh was 14 years old. He'd volunteered at a local haunted hayride attraction, Alpine Ridge Farms, a seasonal event run with volunteers and young actors who would jump out and make customers scream. Accounts from local newspapers and statements from witnesses describe how Caleb asked to take a more dramatic role. He wanted to replace a hanging skeleton with himself, to wear a noose and appear as if strung up for effect. He tied the rope and positioned himself beneath a branch. At some point, the branch or the rope shifted. Because of Caleb's slight frame, the mechanics changed unexpectedly. The branch whipped back. The noose tightened, and Caleb found himself suspended. Witnesses initially thought it was part of the act, until it wasn't. Eyewitnesses called for help. Attending staff cut the rope and tried resuscitation. Emergency crews were summoned. But despite all attempts, the teen could not be revived. The event, intended for frights and laughter, ended with the grim realization that a prop had become a fatal hazard. Investigators treated the death as a tragic accident. The farm and staff cooperated with authorities. Newspapers, reported that the stunt was doomed by misjudgment, a combination of an unsecured branch, an ill-fitted rope, and a young volunteer's eagerness to up the scare factor. Community members later reflected on the need for strict safety protocols at haunted attractions. The town and the attraction wrestled with sorrow and questions about how to prevent such tragedies. For parents and organizers, the message was blunt: don't let spectacle trump safety. In the spirit of Halloween, people crave chills. But the line between makeup and danger is thin. Caleb's tragedy is a reminder that a few seconds of fright can cost a lifetime. Halloween is meant to be a night of fun, mischief, and childhood magic. Costumes, candy, memories that last a lifetime. For most, that's true, but for some, Halloween becomes a date etched into sorrow. A reminder that life is fragile and darkness can find us when we least expect it. Tonight, we heard 2 stories of 2 young lives lost. May their stories never be forgotten. And may we remember to cherish every moment, every smile, every heartbeat. Stay safe, stay aware, in this Halloween. Keep your eyes open. Sometimes the real horror is real life.